At issue, I believe, in this nomination hearing is not your competence nor your experience. At issue is your ability to say no. More than any other cabinet official, the Attorney General has to be prepared to put the Constitution first and even tell the President of the United States you're wrong. The political danger and personal costs of such a decision are well documented. You have only to ask former Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Bill Barr, whom Donald Trump sacked for lack of loyalty. And so I have three basic questions I'd like to ask you. Most Americans believe that central to the peaceful transition of power in a democracy is the acceptance of the results of an election. To my knowledge, Donald Trump has never acknowledged the legal results of the 2020 election. Are you prepared to say today under oath without reservation that Donald Trump lost the presidential contest to Joe Biden in 2020?
Ranking Member Durban, President Biden is the President of the United States. He was duly sworn in, and he is the President of the United States. There was a peaceful transition of power. President Trump left office and was overwhelmingly elected in 2024.
Do you have any doubts that Joe Biden had the majority of votes, electoral votes, necessary to be elected president in 2020?
You know, Senator, all I can tell you as a prosecutor is from my firsthand experience. And I accept the results. I accept, of course, that Joe Biden is president of the United States. But what I can tell you is what I saw firsthand when I went to Pennsylvania as an advocate for the campaign. I was an advocate for the campaign, and I was on the ground in Pennsylvania, and I saw many things there. But do I accept the results? Of course I do. Do I agree with what happened? And I saw so much. You know, no one from either side of the aisle should want there to be any issues with election integrity in our country. We should all want our elections to be free and fair, and the rules and the laws to be followed.
I think that question deserved a yes or no, and I think the length of your answer is an indication that you weren't prepared to answer yes. Have you heard the recording of President Trump on January 2nd, 2021, when he urged the Secretary of State of Georgia to, quote, find 11,780 votes and declare him the winner of that state?
No, I've heard about it through clips, but no, Senator, I've not heard it.
What was your reaction to President Trump making that call?
I would have to listen to the tape, Senator.
Well, the quote that I give you is exact. He said to the Georgia Secretary of State, find 11,780 votes.
Do you have the entire context of that call? I feel like it was much longer than that and may have been taken out of context.
It was an hour long.
Right.
And you can certainly listen to it. I hope you will. Every American should. As a former prosecutor, are you not concerned that the President of the United States called a state election official and asked him to find enough votes to change the results of the election?
Senator, I have not listened to the hour-long conversation, but it's my understanding that is not what he asked him to do.
You need to listen to it.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. There's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Recorded audio. It just always comes back to bite MAGA in the ass and the Republican Party in general. Goddamn those recorded audio videos. You know, you just have to crack up at the amount of stupidity she displayed today while she was being interviewed. So she never saw or heard of recorded audio of Trump pressuring Georgia election officials to find 11,000 votes. Yeah, I call bullshit on that one. She no doubt has seen it. She either is very stupid and playing into the stereotype of the dumb blonde, which, let's face it, we all know MAGA loves their dumb blondes. They certainly do have a type. Or she is willingly being willingly trying to deny any of it to suck up to her Lord and Savior, Don the Con. And I love how she kept going on and on about how she saw stuff in Pennsylvania, how she saw stuff, but she wouldn't elaborate what she saw. And that's a common trait of a liar. You know who else claimed they saw a lot of election fraud? You want to know who else? Rudy Giuliani. And he got his ass taken to the cleaners because he lied about election results and he couldn't produce any evidence whatsoever. And now he's forced to pay millions upon millions of dollars to two Georgia election workers who he defamed. I gotta say, these cabinet confirmations hearings that we've been experiencing these past 2 days have just been an utter shit show and clown show. Like the saying goes, you elect a clown, expect the circus. And that is exactly what we have seen with all these unqualified candidates being questioned into their new roles, I guess you could say, even though we all know, and here's the funny thing about this, is with their lack of expertise in these roles, is we've seen just now that they are the true DEI hires. They have no experience whatsoever, and they all happen to be white, well, except for Kush Patel. But yeah, you get where I'm going with this one.